And welcome back, everybody, to Granblue Fantasy Relink. This is another bonus episode for the Fate episodes. Sure, the impending demise of the Sky Realms, like all of them, basically, might be approaching us, and this might be a poor moment to spend time looking into trivia, but nonetheless, I will persevere. Especially now that we have another new party member here, Narmaya, who was, again, it was interesting to play as. I didn't do super well there, but like, I could see myself learning her style. Like, there was a certain flow in switching her like stances there, so I could get used to it. Let's really quickly review everybody. We got some new episodes for. We got for Rackam, Eugen, Ferry, Narmaya. That's all. Of course, how many we've gotten for them can determine quite a few things. In fact, obviously, the big one's going to be right here. We're just going to learn about Narmaya to begin with. We're going to, do all of hers first, since she's the new guy, and I want to know her backstory. I mean, we know the basics, it's right here. Swordswoman, born to a long line of martial arts masters. She mixes up martial arts and magic to become a magic knight, basically. And she tends to coddle those younger than her, especially kids, is a weird thing to highlight, but sure. Okie dokie. Oh, I believe... Oh, by the way, Ferry is about to get another mission, eh? Because it's going to unlock a slot for her. Okay. Sure. But yeah, let's start with, of course, the main attraction here, and then we'll knock out the other ones there that have also unlocked. Starting with... Now we start with Narmaya. Memories that cut deep is the prologue.
I come from a long lineage of proud warriors. We had a great number of visitors at our dojo, many of them masters of their respective disciplines.
Right, so this is now, as mentioned, Brianna Knickerbocker reading these lines. Pretty neat. Like, again, I know she's a known entity in voice acting, but apparently I didn't know her as well as I thought, since I stumbled last episode trying to, remember her roles. Whatever.
At some point, I picked up a blade of my own and began to mimic their movements. Back then, I enjoyed the training for what it was, valuing the journey over the destination. That is, until I met him, the supreme swordsmaster of the Eternals, Eata, once known as the demon Zamba.
Ooh, that's a lot of names to handle. But yeah, I remember that was mentioned, that she is looking to meet this, supreme swords guy. Okay, who apparently is a known quantity as well, Eata. Or Zamba, apparently, if you're formal with him.
With a single glance, he identified all of my weaknesses. Then, with a few words, he taught me to overcome them.
Okie dokie, a little, hard to believe, but impressive.
His strength was beyond captivating. I even eavesdropped on a conversation between him and my father, and discovered we were distant relatives. I was elated.
Oh, that's neat.
For some time, he continued to train at our family dojo. I took every opportunity I could to learn from him. Following him wherever he went, I ate whenever he ate. I committed all his mannerisms to memory.
I hope this guy's not a literal demon then, in that case. I don't know. Or maybe this is one of those settings where demons aren't, demonified, if you will. Maybe a demon just is a creature name, so, I don't know. I'm gonna guess it's just an appellative for how fierce a warrior this guy is.
However, with the exception of our first encounter, he never acknowledged me. After all, he yearned for nothing more than strength. Why pay heed to a weakling, such as myself?
Wow, okay, I did not pick up on his relationship, or her relationship with him being like that. I didn't, UK. And also, I believe now he isn't called a demon because he might actually just be Akuma. Alright.
So I vowed to become stronger. I would soar so high, he'd have to see me.
Oh, this is a notice me, senpai kind of situation. Interesting.
I dedicated myself to training, begrudging even a single moment of respite. The blade was everything to me. And eventually, there was no disciple at the dojo who could come close to rivaling my skill. That was around when he vanished.
Oh dear.
In the blink of an eye, he was out of my life. He spoke not another word to me, nor called me by name.
Okay. Interesting enough motivation. Right, that must chew you up, like to work so hard to impress somebody and you don't even get the chance to, before they're gone, Of course, I would point out it's not super healthy to look for that kind of external validation, so we'll see where this story goes on from here, yeah? The face of ambition. Oh, that's cool.
I was meditating in the forest one day when a group of travelers approached me. I didn't know them, but they were the captain and the crew of the Grand Cipher, and my future.
So that is how the first meeting goes, huh? Alright, fair enough. Pretty neat.
Initially, I thought they were lost and had come to ask for directions. I was only half cracked. They were seeking guidance, but not out of the woods. They wanted to learn martial arts from me.
Oh, this sounds like a fun plot. Interesting. And also puts Narmaya in an interesting position as she adopts the role of teacher. Assuming she goes along. We'll see how this goes.
I shook my head. I was no master.
Ah, there we go.
Only a chrysalis, struggling to break free of my own shell.
Hey, a butterfly reference. If you couldn't tell, she has a bit of a butterfly motif going on.
I believed the captain was mocking me.
Oh.
But that wasn't the case. I looked into the captain's eyes and found truth, alongside a burning desire for strength. It felt as if I was in his presence again. I found myself drawn to the captain. That's why I decided to join the crew of the Grand Cipher on their journey across the skies. I was convinced that this was the only path that could reunite me with Zomba.
Interesting. Yeah, fair. Interesting. I felt like usually the first 3 parts are always the backstory up to the events of this game. So I wonder, because now they're already together, Narmaya and the rest of the party. I guess because it wasn't that didn't sound like a super involved, encounter, their first encounter. Like it seems like she just kind of tagged along immediately. It's not like Ferry's story where very obviously you go through the entirety of her like sad story in that haunted mansion before you recruit her. Sounds like with Narmaya, well, I hope that's the case. Like instead you get her on the team and then you get like an interesting story right away. Or otherwise, well, I don't know. I was going to say I struggle to understand why she would be so popular, but then of course my answer might be purely that her character design is neat. Might be in that case if that's the reason, but I'd be a little sad if that's all it is. But let's see how this goes. Oh, sick, what's going on here? Who is this guy?
One day, I encountered an adorable Harvan girl at a local market.
And they squared up!
I'd already finished my shopping, so I decided to accompany her to a nearby cafe for tea and conversation. Upon parting, I asked for her name. She proudly introduced herself as Thief, one of the 10 Eternals.
From the... I'm not sure who these Eternals are, but like the guy was mentioned. Iada was mentioned to be part of that crew.
I had heard that Zomba once cared for a child of the same name.
Which one? Which name does he go by now? I'm lost on that point. Whatever.
A jealousy brewed within me that I hadn't felt before.
Oh, awesome! And then they threw down.
Zomba had taken notice of her, yet he never once acknowledged me during our time together.
Yeah, again, that's not a super healthy relationship. Even if, like... Look, I get it from the whole, like, Kung Fu Master vibes, like, he's a tough teacher, but, like, I don't know, like, poor teachers just rub me the wrong way, right? I've expressed some amount of dislike for that character archetype in past recordings, so, yeah, I don't know.
My inner peace had been shattered. I retreated to the mountains and started my training anew.
Oh, okay, never mind. I thought they were gonna, like, throw down to, like, see who's the better one, better disciple, but, alright. Or that you can do that instead.
But the more I tried to find direction, the more I realized how lost I truly was.
Right, I just now realized the title of this story chapter is Learn to Love Yourself, which I really hope she manages to do by the end of this.
It was Lyria and the captain who brought me back. They appreciated me for who I was. Nothing more, nothing less. Perhaps I too could learn to love the living, breathing me, and not a ghost of the future. That thought filled me with so much contentment. I was ready to give up on chasing Zomba, but the universe works in strange ways. As soon as I was about to let go, Fief helped bring me and Zomba together again.
Oh!
It was then I finally put into words how I felt.
Okay, so this has to be that guy who's here, you know, confronting her, right? Okay.
I spoke about how I wanted him to acknowledge me, to call my name. He listened quietly, and for what I felt was the first time, truly saw me. But I had yet to see and love myself. As part of my quest for self-discovery, I crossed blades with Zomba. No, Eata. We fought for days.
Oh my god, okay. That's like... that reminds me, that's some real wuxia stuff right there. Like House of Flying Daggers, the final sword duel, they're dueling. And then there's like a fade cut to them still dueling, but now a snowstorm has shown up out of nowhere, and like the weather was not wintry in the previous, before the cut. So like it's like, whoa, okay, this fight's been going on for a while now between these two. So it's the same energy here. I kind of love it.
He no longer believed I was a weakling. After our battle, we visited the tea shop, and it was there that he first addressed me by name. Never had tea and cake tasted so sweet to me.
Uh-huh.
Now, with nothing holding me back, I am free to soar toward ever greater heights with my beloved companions on the Grand Cipher.
Okay, well, maybe it's part of her ongoing character growth, sure, but I feel like that's still not a satisfying lesson. In terms of, like, I don't think that was still a very healthy ending there. Like, the, you know, desperate for acknowledgement, and then she gets the acknowledgement. Like, I don't know. Shouldn't the, like, better lesson have been that, like, she didn't need the validation of, I mean, we were kind of getting there with, you know, what she was talking about, how Jita and Lyria cared about her the way she is now, but then it went right back to, like, well done, you've reached my expectations that I have set upon you. Well, you know what? Honestly, it's Narmaya who's telling this story, so it might be an unreliable narrator, and, like, that wasn't even the reason that Eata acknowledged her, you know? I don't know. Like, it could be Eata was testing her, like, you know, self-esteem, self-worth. Maybe. It's really hard to tell from just, like, this summation that's being presented by, yeah, what could be an unreliable narrator. Huh. This was a more interesting, more fun story than I thought, even though, you know, I think in this case it might be a good thing that I'm a little rankled. Like, I'm not satisfied with how that story ended. You know, in a weird way, like, because it, like, leaves me questioning. And, yeah, I don't know. No, but all I'm saying is, if that was indeed a, you know, if the read was that surface level, that, or the intended read was that surface level, that it was like, hooray, you got validation from this outside person who was being kind of toxic to you, you know, then I'm not a happy camper. But I'm saying that there might be depths here that I can't tell from this presentation, you know. Well, as it turns out, Narmaya, in fact, has some more story here. Should I take a break and go through the other characters? Because this was, you know, this was kind of like the, you know, the prologue is the first 3 chapters. Maybe we could pop in. How far? I don't know. Apparently we can get all the way down to episode 5 by the looksies. Yes, we can, yeah. And then progress to the main story is still here. Interesting, the progress to the main story thing disappears after episode 6, which makes me think that once you beat the main game, then everything else unlocks. Now, I don't know. I'm not planning on spending time on post-game, so it might be that we're not going to have a final little thing here, final bonus episode. I really don't think I'm going through all of these anyway, is the point, but whatever. Let's actually, I'm thinking now, let's cut back and start from the top, and then we'll end on Narmaya. It's a Narmaya sandwich, which I have this funny feeling if I polled people online, would you like to be sandwiched by Narmaya? I get the feeling there's a not insignificant contingent of people online who would be like, yes. Sure. Whatever. Yeah, we're only gonna get this one here now, especially because we're not character level 40, but... Right, so, Rackam... Oh yeah, let's read this summary. This is actually... Now these summary things make a ton of sense, since we come back to these, like, rather, sporadically. So Rackam was dealing with helping out that one guy who wanted to build his own ship that he could take off, and his friends were being uncooperative. Rackam asks Kent's mechanic friend to fix the Nautilus. She insists that without rare parts, the ship will never fly again, regardless of her wishes. When Rackam finally gets a word in edgewise, he reveals he's already collected those parts, and hands them to the astonished mechanic. I do remember that story, so let's see how that goes then. Alright, there's the pilot guy. He's looking cheerful, for a change.
Rackam, there you are. I've got huge news. Listen to this.
Oh?
It was clear from Kent's smile that the repairs on the Nautilus were going smoothly, thanks to a mechanic friend of his.
Yeah.
Well, ain't that something? I'd be lying if I said I wasn't impressed. Those parts weren't the easiest to work with. Not bad, Miss Mechanic.
Rackam, sir? My friend told me she got the parts from a traveling skyfarer. Had 3-day-old scruff and a little swagger to him. You wouldn't know anything about that, would you?
3-day-old scruff and a little swagger? Yeah, that fits him to a T. I like that. That's really funny.
Huh. Well, I keep my scruff in an elegant chin strap. Thank you very much.
Aw, man. This guy is, like, low-key one of the best characters, right? I love his swagger, honestly.
Not sure I sounded very convincing, trying to play off his answer, but I'm a helmsman, not an actor. But just another performance or two, and the Nautilus would be skybound once more.
Okay, not a huge plot development, but nice little update on his story. Dang it, am I gonna have to grind my crew up to level 60 so I can, like, get the final parts? Because, like, some of these stories are pretty compelling. I would like to know how they end. And I do mean, like, I would just like to, play it and record it here and talk to you guys. I could just get a YouTube video, because I'm sure someone's collected all of these, and I could just, like, commentate over that, but that wouldn't be very sporting, I feel like, so. But I don't really know, like, if we assume we get to level 40 by the end of the main story, I'd still have to grind up 20 levels with the post-game, so I'm not sure. Not sure about that one. Now let's go to Eugen. I don't remember his story. Actually, we're gonna really need this. What was he doing? Oh, yeah. He met this guy who had, like, a lost loved one, and it actually was pretty rough. It looks like she really was dead, because we tried looking around for her, and I think we didn't find her. We found, like, a memento or something. So, that's kind of what I remember. There was tragedy involving a dead loved one, which, of course, pinged Eugen, who also dealt with a tragic loss of a loved one. Yeah. Carceda's deceased friend loved flowers, and her dream was to make them bloom in Tempio's barren soil. Carceda asks Eugen to search the mines for her gardening tools. The mines have been overrun by goblins, but it's nothing the crew can't handle. They find the precious tools and return them to Karzeda. And then what happens? Was this just called Rest in Peace? Oh god, okay.
Just as we arrived at the cemetery, the clouds opened up, unleashing a torrent of rain. The blue sky was gone, painted over by a steely, unforgiving gray.
Good lord, what a contrast between that previous, like, here's this update on Rackam. Yay, we're positive about the future. And then, Eugen, it's a terrible day for rain.
Looking around, I saw that there were others paying their respects at different plots. Like Karzeda, they probably lost loved ones to the storm. As soon as he laid eyes on the mound of earth in front of him, the dam broke. Karzeda's shoulders heaved with his sobs.
Oh, no, okay, I was like, oh god! The levees have broken! What a terrible time! I'm such an idiot.
Why did I say those awful things? There were so many more important things I wanted to tell you, but I...
Oh man, this is too real. I'm gonna cry.
He sank to his knees, crippled with grief. His fist beat at the earth, sending drops of muddy water splashing onto his face.
I didn't want that to be our last conversation. If I hadn't blown up, if we hadn't fought, I only wanted to see you smile, but I made you cry.
Oh no, oh dude, yeah, this sucks. Like, you know, this is awful for this guy.
All I could do was watch over Karzeda as he poured out the feelings he'd held back for so long.
Yeah, this is one of those situations where, like, nothing you can say in the moment is ever gonna help. Like, yeah.
Let it out, son. It's the only way to get through it.
Alright. Damn. Oh, hey, we actually got a second episode. Wait, Rackam didn't get a... No, yeah, Rackam is still... Right, because we actually... Yeah. We were behind a bit. There. Okay. Oh, interesting. You need to progress to the main story just to get here, but we need to get also a lot of levels. God damn, this is complicated. Oh well. Anyway, yeah, good. It would have felt like a huge bummer to leave that off there, so I appreciate us having another chapter in this story. Let's carry on and see if we can maybe turn this around. Okay, looking a little bit better. A little pensive looking our hero still, so...
After the visit, we made our way to a tavern. We could hear the rain beating down on the establishment. It was still day, but the sky was dark as night.
You know, something I gotta really quickly mention is they're clearly recycling locations from this game to be the, like, backdrops for these spots where they talk, but I appreciate the hustle. I appreciate that they do mask it like it's... they're not super recognizable, so, like, it does feel like they're just kind of... They might be all over the place, you know. Like, you know, that Narmaya meditating was clearly in Sun-Dappled Grove, but it was a vague enough shot that could have been on a different island where our heroes first met Narmaya, you know?
Karzeda ordered the stiffest drink they had and downed it in one gulp.
Von Jägermeister coming up!
My friend once showed me a flower and said that each one symbolizes something. At the time, I didn't get it, and I had other things on my mind, so I never bothered looking it up.
He shook his head, saying that he'd wished he had treasured those small, everyday moments with her. Each word struck me like a blow, reminding me of my own failures.
Uh-oh, he's gonna start crying too when he gets drunk enough.
How am I supposed to live with this regret? It's like the storm outside, pounding on me until I give in and let it sweep me away.
I mulled over his question for a while before opening my mouth.
Uh-oh.
I'm not the right person to answer that. Only your friend knows.
Dude, that's... It's rough, but it's an interesting point of view.
But how? She's...
So I told Karzeda about my wife, and about the agony of losing her.
Yeah, I'm not gonna repeat the whole story, but you might recall that it was pretty rough, and, you know... Eugen's emotions and decisions were completely understandable in his predicament, but still, like, he definitely screwed up there to some extent. So, like, yeah, he has to carry a lot of guilt for sure.
All the things I'd hoped for, things we could do as a family, were no longer possible. The chasm of remorse threatened to swallow me whole. I couldn't imagine things getting better. Not then, not ever. But I was still alive. Unlike my wife, I still had a future. Didn't that obligate me to move forward, to find meaning in being left behind, and try to fulfill what she wanted for me? Didn't that apply to Karzeda?
Damn, that's pretty deep.
You want me to go with you? To find that flower, I mean? Maybe finding it would give him the answers he needed.
Huh. Okay. And unfortunately, we're not going to find out how it goes on from there. That one I don't have ready to go yet. Although, interestingly enough, like, it's fine with progress through the game. I'm under-leveled, sadly. So, yeah, I'm going to have to let that one sit. Alright, let's go. Ferry, we're going to be doing an actual mission, a boss fight. Ooh, I need a reminder on what happened with her story, because we did her backstory, which I loved, and the only problem with how good it was, it kind of overshadowed whatever the heck happened here. I forget what her story was. And, oh gosh, we're not going to be able to even do this one once we do this. But yeah, let's do a little mission here. But yes, let's get a reminder here. Ferry encounters a woman sewing a blanket in Seed Hollow's Central Plaza. The woman, Melfira, says the blanket is a gift for her beloved. Ferry takes a seat beside Melfira to watch her work. Melfira, who was all smiles, sighs out of the blue. Wow, yeah, I completely glossed over this because I don't remember this at all. I don't remember this story. This one was real, like, yeah, okay. You must play as Ferry for this quest. Let's get a quick reminder on how she worked, yeah? Yes, I know. Details, please. Command list. So, yeah, she had the really simple combos. But you had to, like, hold them down to summon your crew. And then you could launch them with your triangle. Yeah. Right, she had a pretty simple gameplay style in that sense. It's just that I had a lot of trouble, again, figuring out the right openings to pull off those hits. And then she's got all those skills. Oh, interesting. You actually can unlock different colors. Okay. Let's look at her skills as a quick reminder. So, on my square, I have Purge Spirits. A big old magic-infused whip attack. That's just a big, long, medium range, or even long range hit there. On the bottom, we have Pendule. That's the... Right. That's the keep away move, and it summons a couple of fellas. On the top, we have Benediction. That's a nice old helo, and provides regen, defense, and attack. Oh, right. So this is where you want to build up your crew and then use this thing. It's just a basic heal normally, but the more fellas you have, the more it'll help you out. And then this was another... this was just another, like... Okay, but it's a debuff move, but so, you know, but it's just another kind of medium to long range attack. These two kind of overlap in terms of, like, the, like, you know, range there. I wanted to say I would like a move that's like a kind of like a move that, like, closes you in with the enemy, but honestly, with her, like, her mid-range fighting style, I don't think you really want a move that closes you in with the enemy. So, I don't know what other move I could want for her, but I might want to, like, swap one of those two out, but we'd need to level her up right proper, yeah? Speaking of leveling up, out of curiosity, I'm not going to do it right now. I got 87 points? Okay, I guess I could probably get a few levels for that. I'll have to think about that if I do that. Search for the insect nest is the goal of this quest. Apparently we get a full party for this one. Remember Vasaraga just had to solo everybody? Can I actually... Yeah, let's change up the party real quick. We don't need the captain for one of these, do we?
Lead the way.
We don't! Fantastic! We can have a low-level crew for a change.
I'll give it my damnedest.
Let's still bring in these so we can get some levels grinded.
Your wish is my command.
Sadly, we don't have any of the other optional party members, but at least we can hear Ferry play off these guys, so should be fine. Oh, wait a second. No, I'm an idiot. Right, Narmaya is mega low level, so
Where are we going?
she absolutely needs to be in the crew to get a few levels here. She's 9 points off from leveling, dang it. Yeah. Alright, cool. Half and half. Let's go! Oh. Man, Celeste being a ghost ship, that was the really cool revelation. I was looking through the archives, you know, Lyria's journal, and it showed what Celeste is, and it's a ghost ship. That's really cool. So.
Is something wrong? Such a forlorn expression didn't match Malfira's cheerful disposition.
Oh, sorry to worry you. It's nothing I would bother a stranger over.
Aw, shucks, eh?
Malfira forced a grin and stretched the throw across her lap.
It's just, I had hoped to use warming thread on this little project.
I don't know, her first line sounded a bit Canadian, but I guess she's not. I don't know why I thought that.
What kind of thread?
Don't ya know?
I didn't even know there were different types of thread.
Oh. I haven't heard of warming thread either. Is that a real thing?
But according to Malfira, there was a type of insect native to Fondom whose silk was imbued with magic. Items made from
Okay,
this
never
silk
mind.
were said to retain a comfortable warmth all year round.
Okay, that's not a real thread. Never mind. I see. This is why we could only do this quest now. We had to go all the way to Fondam to do this one. Got it.
If only I could get to Fondom on my own. And then there's the matter of tracking the insect.
Okay, this line's kind of ridiculous, because that's kind of like someone in Middle-earth being like, oh, if only I could get to Mordor and pick up those insects from Mordor. You know, like Fondam? Really? Come on now.
Her smile never quavered, but the way her eyebrows stitched together, ever so slightly, covertly signaled her true disappointment. I could do it for you. I know I look young, but I'm a veteran Skyfarer. I put my hands on my hips and puffed out my chest, a posture I hoped would inspire confidence.
Lol, look at that girl, trying to be something,
Oh, that's sweet. But it was just a silly thought. My fault for having unrealistic expectations, really.
From her tone alone, I could tell the pose did not, in fact, inspire confidence. Later, after a quick discussion with the captain, we decided to head to Fondom anyway.
This seems entirely on brand with what I've found about Jita's characterization so far. You met a poor, hapless, townsfolk who needs magic thread from this hell island? Let's freaking gas up the Grand Cipher, come on!
I needed Malfira to finish her blanket. I just didn't understand why yet.
Interesting. Alright. I'm really hoping it's not Vulcan Bola we gotta beat up here.
It's on deck. According to Sierra, the insect in question nests atop the local wildlife, but there's a rumor that vicious monster also makes its home here.
Sorry, I'm just practicing the moves real quick. Oh, you can use her triangle move even without your crew, huh?
Don't get cute!
Wait, that didn't summon any of my fellas. Wait, I thought this summoned. Hold on now. Character details. Wait, hold on now. Summons a pet on hit. Okay, my bad. But still, I think you want to get that, like, once you get that glow, and then you let it go. Okay.
Don't get cute!
1, 2, 3.
Lights out!
Okay. Yeah, just trying to get a feel here for her again. Look at me around the world.
Lights out!
Very good. Just testing out my moves there real quick. I think she already had a launcher. Yep, she did. And got some aerials. Oh, I'm sorry, I really should just check those to make sure I got them right. Yeah, including an aerial barrage. Okay. Oh, it's just a big old slammy move. Like, everybody seems to have that. Got it. It is interesting because this level didn't really have a lot of, like, fighting monsters and stuff. Is that a monster? I don't know. Because it was a really tiny level, now that I think about it. We just kind of traveled up and gathered a couple of treasures, fought like one mimic, or slime, in a jar, and then we had the boss fight. There
look like fire
is
spirits.
enemies to be fought. There we go.
Nice follow through.
We'll never back down.
There it
Agreed.
is.
Oh, it's gonna blow!
Look at you go.
Oh, look at me! I dodged that perfect time. And I got two of my buddies here. Good. Alright. I got dinged there a little bit, but nothing major. I can handle it. Is it explained in her backstory what this giant jar on her back is, out of curiosity? Is it just ectoplasm, or what is it? I don't remember that being explained in the Fate episodes.
My sweat is sweating. Why are we going through the trouble again?
Sorry. I just wanted to put a smile on Melfira's face. She looked so, I don't know, forlorn?
But it was your first time meeting her, wasn't it? Who's she to you?
I know it's a weird connection, but her name, it sounded like my sister's.
That is a bit weird. Ooh. Okay, hold on now. This is when we started the big chase. Yeah. We came up here, I think, and this is where we first encountered Id squaring up with Vulcan Bola. We had a big old chase sequence here. Yeah, I guess this works as a level, you know, now that I look at this. Got him!
Let me at him.
Think you can keep going?
Oh, without a doubt.
Heh, cute. There's a big old... That's not gonna reach him.
Direct hit!
It reached them! Sick! Get in there!
Looks like someone wants to fight. Let's teach
Oh,
him
whoop, 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 whoop. Whoa!
I'll fight with you
Sick.
guys any day.
Well, teamwork's kind of my thing.
Always be by your side.
Damn it, I keep missing all the cute dialogue. I really wish the, like, unique, like, little, like, character-to-character dialogue was subtitled. Because I'm completely missing that, like, all the time. Oh no, the fella's good now. Oh, my fellas. They faded out. By the way, is there, like, treasure I should be... No, looks like there's no treasure I'm missing this time. I'm really locked in on this mission, We still got a boss to do here, apparently. That's, you know, it said boss there.
You bring up the rear.
Ah! Oh, no, that's just a little environmental thing. Whoa, that...
Hey, here's Perk's
Damn, that's embarrassing for that wyvern. Getting smoked in lava. Oh, ooh, that almost looked like I was about to get smoked into lava. Equally embarrassing.
You can lead the pack any day.
Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Leave it to me.
Want a treat?
Ah, I got bonked.
Now, the fun begins.
Check it out. Massive heals and, like, big buffs on everybody. The heal wasn't super necessary there, but I figured, hey, I got all my crew here.
It's all right, people.
Oh, that's...
The mean monsters.
That was a little short. Oh, look at this range, though. It's incredible. Gotta remember to use this more often, too, by the way. I haven't been... That's the whole point of collecting my fellas. Although it, of course, desummons them, but...
Keep it up. On me.
Come on.
Deadly and graceful.
Yeah, there we go.
What if you fall in?
Oh, okay. Okay, I admit, like, there's a lot of subtitled dialogue here with Ferry's dialogue, and I'm kind of also missing that, so I guess the subtitles wouldn't help that much with the, like, character interaction stuff. Oh, wait a second, what is this?
Nothing of consequence, I guess.
The heck was that? Am I supposed to be collecting those this time? That's weird. Have those been here earlier? I don't know. Anyway, let's go over here, and I can see we've got something we're going to be facing. Look at this pile over here. Can't quite... Is that just Quakedile?
Yeah, Vern, look out! It's a monster in disguise.
I think that's just a Quakedile. Okay. We can deal with
You must be the
Infernadile.
monster we heard about. If you thought you could get a leg
Right,
up on us,
recolor.
you have another thing coming. Now, get whipped.
Get whipped, bro. Alright, so it's a recolor of our enemy that we fought many times now. I'm gonna assume it's gonna have slightly different powers. I think I've talked about this in past. I think in moderation it's fun to have like recolors of enemies. You know? In my mind it's like fun to see like, oh yeah, let's see what the variation on this enemy I've fought before is like. Okay, this guy did a lava attack. It's kind of like the rocks that the Quakedile puts up, but obviously it's trickier to deal with, because I don't want to get, like, burned. Oh, yeah. So, you know, I'm having a good time. I totally understand, like, something like God of War. I can understand, like, the incredibly burdensome amount of, you know, recolors of, like, the troll enemies and stuff. I can understand that it can get too much eventually. But, like, you know, like the 3 Asylum Demon variations in Dark Souls, I think that's fun. I think it's perfectly allowable. I'll give you a little clap there as well. Narmaya! Yeah! Oh yeah, you're getting ascended. Booyah! Wow!
Do it again.
Man, if you got a full team that's like really well drawing the enemy's fire, then Ferry is really powerful. Like, I'm hitting this enemy from so far away and it's like not paying attention to me. It's kind of incredible. We beat it while it was in overdrive. Come on now, that's awesome. Huh.
Another one in the book. Now we can find that bug in peace.
I feel like I finally kind of like Ferry finally opened up to me a little bit. Like, that was really enjoyable playing that mission with her.
We're the top dogs here.
Yeah! It's too bad I will never play as her again, because I think we're getting close to the end of the game, and I'm probably not going to get any other opportunities. Whatever. It's been good.
Is this what you were looking for?
Is this your thread?
I proudly displayed the hard-won thread to a surprised and overjoyed Malfira.
My word, you really are a Skyfarer, aren't you?
She took the spool for a closer look.
Yes, this is the genuine article. I can't accept this for free. Let me see what money I have on me.
From her purse, she pulled a single, unfamiliar coin.
A magic coin!
I knew from its extravagant design that it wasn't in circulation anywhere near Seed Hollow, but it looked valuable all the same. I refused the gesture.
Oh man, mega good guy, just going for those karma points, those Paragon points. Yeah, why the hell not?
Retrieving the thread was my decision. I wanted to see that blanket finished. A reward was never part of the equation. Malfira's grin bloomed into a full belly laugh. She told me I was a strange girl. Laughing with her, I replied that I had met stranger.
That's kind of true. Nice, another sigil another sigil slot for Ferry. I'm really good at talking, you guys.
Need something?
All right, that means we have how many more left? We return to our magical swordswoman here, Narmaya. Yeah, we actually, okay, we're not done today. We got 3 more of these to go. So we got, like, story bit, another mission to do, and a story bit. All right, cool. That was super good that I left this in. This was really, like, this would have been really chock full of Narmaya at the beginning of the episode, so glad it went in this order. But yes, let's return to Narmaya's story. How is she doing now? Actually, we're starting a new story for her. That's how it always goes with these characters.
We know I had failed that day at the Hailwind altar.
Yeah?
I had spent years training and sharpening my skills, devoted my entire life to the pursuit of strength. But in that moment, it all amounted to nothing. Our experiences in Zega Grande had planted a seed of doubt in my mind. Over time, it grew, dense and wild as a jungle, choking me with a sense of helplessness like I'd never felt before.
Was Hailwind Altar where we fought Furicane? Like, Narmaya, you weren't even there at the time. You were like, I don't know where these crewmates are hanging out before we call them in. Like, she was busy lounging on some, like, pleasant tropical island place. Probably the place that character I mentioned, Kailana, is surfing around, whatever. You know, I imagine, now I picture all of them hanging out in a beach episode, just being like, another crewmate card game in. Alright, well, I'm off. See ya, fellas. You think the captain's doing alright? Seems like she's calling in one by one us all the time. I think the situation's getting more and more drastic. Nah, it's fine. Let's keep getting a tan out here. Alright, that is now officially my headcanon for what the rest of the crew is doing. They're having well-earned reward of beach episode somewhere wholly different from Zega Grande. And unfortunately, they just keep getting called in on the mission with these crewmate cards we keep sending out.
I wasn't able to protect Lyria or the captain. I had found my identity as a big sister, as a guardian. But now that I'd failed, who was I?
Isn't it funny? She thinks she's a big sister, but she's tiny. I don't know, she's not that tiny, I guess. 130 isn't super small, but it's kinda. Yeah.
I thought about resuming my training, but I couldn't afford to isolate myself like that. What if something were to happen while I was away? Then, the solution came to me. Whenever the captain was about to take on a dangerous mission, I would complete it first. That way, I could train myself and protect the crew in one fell swoop.
Okay.
I was too blind to see that despair had clipped my wings and chained me once again to the past.
Yeah, this doesn't sound like a super good idea. Okie dokie. Well then, let's see what fun mission we go on. Apparently we gotta go do a boss. And by the sounds of it, we're gonna have to do it alone. Oh, it actually mentioned... Hold on, let's back up real quick. It says there. Yeah, it mentions the time she lost the id. So, okay, so we are retconning that Narmaya was there with the rest of the gang when we had our first encounter with id. And she ate dirt against id the same way as everybody else. Okie dokie. Yeah, it's us all alone. Well, I don't know. Depending on how it goes, I think I could do okay soloing this mission. You know, like Vasaraga, it's because Vasaraga's playstyle is based a lot around standing around and taking shots, so I think that didn't make it any easier for me to play as her. Okay, let's quickly remind how these work. I remember her basic moves. They were rather simple. Well, okay, I'm gonna look at them just in case. Actually, I'm gonna look at them just in case. Yeah, stand shift and the simple combo on Dawnfly. And Free Flutter is like a mash that thing. And she's got a launcher. She's got an airborner. Good. I could... okay, it's about what I remember it to be. Okay, now remember very quickly. So this is the lunge. This is that closing move that I figured, you know, Ferry doesn't necessarily need. Kyokasui Getsu. She's got the Crescent Moon was the keep away move. Should I put that down here instead? I don't know, it's hard to say. I think I might like that more, actually. Yeah, hold on. So let's put Utter Devotion there as the weird little buff move. You know, if we're playing all alone, hostility's not a problem. Like, this is just a free butterfly and, like, defense loss on enemies. So this is actually a pretty good for solo play. Then, Crescent Moon is the keep away move, so let's put that... Let's put that here. And now Transient, which is just like this, like shutdown move, is here on the right. I think that's a pretty good setup. Okay. Alright. yeah, like I said, in Wasaraga playstyle, that's really based around like having to eat a lot of hits, which means that he's really dependent on his crew helping him out. So I think it was extra challenging playing with him with those stipulations. With Narmaya, we'll see. I mean, the reality, of course, is that I'm not very good at this game, so that is, of course, affecting my performance when playing solo.
Are there any particularly dangerous missions available? Sierra Carte, with her usual cheery disposition, set a list of options before me.
Man, she really enunciated that word there. Sierra Carte. Like, sure, why not? But that was a little funny.
Sure are. We've got a few jobs here that only a crew of your caliber could handle. In fact...
She paused and looked at me with a quizzical expression.
Quizzical, even.
You know, I can't even remember the last time I saw you here by your lonesome. Don't you usually do things as a crew?
I told her I intended to undertake these missions alone, as part of my training.
I gotcha. The grind never ends for you, huh?
Oof.
Just don't push yourself too hard, you hear?
That seems a little on the nose, given what mobile games can be like. Ooh.
I nodded, only half acknowledging Sierra's words. After deciding upon a venture, I chartered a small carrier vessel which would take me to a nearby island. As the ship was tossed about the turbulent winds, I closed my eyes and looked for peace within. This is for their sake, as well as mine.
Alright, and let's see what awful nightmare mission we've got. We are...
According to Sierra, the threat should be somewhere around here.
Okay, yeah, it looks like this is the Goblin Fortress, so... I guess we're going in that arena and taking on that Gobbo. Yay, a Mega Potion! Well, thank you. That might come in handy. Yeah, we're probably taking on...
Great evil. Just a little farther.
Oh, very kind of the game to give us. We're gonna need these, apparently. Very kind, yeah. Sorry, it's gonna be Mad Beat, right? Was that big shield-wielding Gobbo? Alright, well. We could probably do this. There you are. I'm feeling it, but I don't remember how this guy works. You're Mad Beat's buddy!
Stronger, your shield or my blade.
Okay, that reaches further than I thought. Whoa! Well, we did pretty good damage there, so...
Such malice. You cannot be allowed to live.
Okay. This is tricky. These ads are a real menace here. Whoa! Oh, I dodged way too much there.
The butterfly.
Hold on. There we go. That'll remove a few Gobbos. Now it's got a little hostility going. Alright. Ads are gone. Big old shields. Alright, now.
The pond settles.
No, my god.
Foam on the sea.
Oh my god, there was like a jumping one on that? Alright. We're doing okay, by the way, I would say, in terms of damage. Oh no, that launcher. Oh my god. Oh, I completely forgot this move. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna use a Mega Potion there. I would have loved to do this fight without screw-ups there, but like, yeah, I completely forgot that you're supposed to, like, jump those. So, that I ate crap on that one. You're all out of your shield, buddy. Oi, okay. Hey, I got you broken.
The butterfly and pass away.
Yeah, okay, see? I wish I'd been doing that good earlier. Oh! The crew's back. Yeah.
Wind in the fields.
Now where's... Oh, he got his shield back. Of course he did.
Life is a...
Whoa! I gotta block more, I think. I'm like, that...
You bring nothing to the skies but
Nope.
suffering.
Why am I screwing up? Okay, hold on.
Rain on
Yeah, there you go.
Free flutter Observe and overcome.
Ah, man. Okay. Oh, he's doing his own. Keep away! Oh, not this time. Okay. Yeah, that was my biggest screw up, was like completely for not paying attention. I also mistiming that right there.
Wind in the field, spread your wings.
Oh, that Spinneroonie goes on for a while. Yeah, I wasn't super graceful. I really struggled again to like remember what the smart thing to do is in both stances. So also his big shield wasn't helping, but that wasn't so bad. I'm all right with that.
Do you not have anything more dangerous?
Oh god, imagine if they throw another boss right away.
I made quick work of the mission and returned at once to Sierra. She seemed taken aback when I demanded more work, but I was determined. If someone had to risk their life, better me than the captain. The crew didn't have to know. They would be kept free from worry and danger, while I grew stronger. I was so absorbed in my thoughts, I'd failed to notice how Sierra's eyes grew ever more clouded with worry.
Yeah. Okay, I guess it's a story. Yeah.
Need something?
I feel like, yeah, unfortunately, I just... Narmaya hasn't been... Her backstory was alright, but like, I don't know. Hasn't been quite hitting as hard with the interesting story here. It's a very personal story, though, now for her, I suppose, so... A lot of these are just, like, helping out some rando NPC. This one is very, like, kind of... Even though, well, it's the funny thing, like, she's, like, really... She tells herself that she is fighting for everybody else's sake here, so it's ostensibly focused on everybody, you know, her helping everybody. But it's a very kind of self-focused situation over here. Alright, well, we gotta get one more piece of this story, and that'll be all for today. Once again, it took an hour with this bonus episode. I keep thinking, like, we'll go quickly through all these stories, but nope. Not quite.
I continued to take one treacherous job after another. If you want someone safe, then keep them from entering the tiger's den. It's as simple as that.
I guess?
Are you really sure you're up for another one, Narmaya?
Sierra worried for me, but there was no turning back now. My labor had bore fruit. The rest of the crew was beginning to look healthier, better rested. They returned earlier from missions, bearing fewer injuries. I appreciate the concern, Sierra, but the path to strength is long and narrow, and I must continue down this path, for all of their sakes.
Oh boy.
I was fixated on protecting my loved ones. They were all I could see. If they were safe, then nothing else mattered. That thought alone was enough to steal my resolution.
Okay, this story's gonna reach some kind of uncomfortable breaking point. For sure, so... I do admit, okay, yeah, I said her story hasn't been quite as interesting, but, like, the conclusion of this one might be pretty interesting. I will admit to that, so... Unfortunately, we're not gonna be learning that for a good while. But yeah, that's all for today. We managed to do another good set of Fate episodes. I had a good time. I enjoyed them. The little updates on some of these... the guys here was pretty cool. Ferry continues to be a surprising bundle of fun. Like, I'm really... Like, you know, last time I was a little bit down on her gameplay. I think it clicked a little bit more today. Narmaya, still warming up here. I do like her style, her swagger. I wish I were myself better at utilizing a stance system to its fullest. But, yeah. Her story might end interestingly. Poor Charlotta that I kept, like, saying, like, that's such a dumb backstory. Like, she hasn't even gotten anything here, poor... Poor character. Oh man, that's really funny. Oh well. Well, I'm sure the game will show me by the end of it. Like, she's gonna turn out to have, like, an insanely cool story arc once it is unlocked. And it might not even have anything to do with her tiny stature, even. But, yeah. Alright.
Well then.
We, will be closing off for today. That's all for now. I will be returning to our regularly scheduled apocalypse next time, so I hope you guys look forward to that then. It's been good. Catch you then, guys. Bye-bye!